In today's video, you're going to learn how to make your sprite jump in Scratch. Let's dive in. So the first thing you need to do is open up a brand new Scratch project, and then go over here, make a sprite, and hit Paint. And then once you're in this sprite editor, you're going to draw a nice little rectangle here, and this is going to be the floor. This is what our player is going to land on. And then after you draw that, go back to the Code tab and say go to X0, Y0. This will center it up nicely. After you do this, navigate back over to your Sprite 1 or your Scratch Cat here, drag out a when green flag clicks block, and then say go to X0, Y0. This will center up our character every time we start the game. Then go ahead and make a new variable and call it gravity. Hit OK, and then underneath our first part of the script, we're going to say set gravity to 2. Go to the Control tab and then drag in a forever loop. And then inside this forever loop, we're going to say change y by our gravity variable. This is a very important step for our game. Underneath this, we're going to say if then else. And then on the if then part of this statement, we're going to say if touching sprite 2, or in other words, if we're touching the ground, what do we want our player to do? And then inside this part of your script, you're going to say set the gravity to 0. And then this is what we want to happen when our Scratch Cat is touching the floor. Underneath that, we're going to say repeat until, and then we're going to say repeat until not touching the ground. In other words, what are we going to repeat until we're not touching the ground anymore? Well, we're going to repeat changing y by 1. This means we're going to take our Scratch Cat and we're going to move him up. And then in the other half of this if then else statement, we're going to go ahead and we're going to say change our gravity variable by -1. Very nice. And if we run this game, we're going to take a look and see what happens. So go ahead and hit the green flag and see what happens here. Now it looks pretty good. The only thing I'm noticing is when we hit the ground, we go down a little bit and we rise up again. But this is a very easy fix, and we can do this by creating a block. Now just go ahead and go where it says my block, say make a block, call your block collision, and the most important part of this is saying run without screen refresh. Hit OK, drag that defined part over there, and then we're going to drag everything inside the if touching sprite 2 part, we're going to put it under there. And then all we need to do for the last step is put the collision in there. And if we run this game, we can see it works very well, and there's no more like buffering or sinking into the ground. This is very good. And then we're almost done with the video, and the last thing you need to do is the only reason you clicked on this video, which is making your player jump. This is very easy to do. Drag an if then statement underneath collision, say if key space pressed, and then we're going to set gravity to 15. And if you're on mobile, I would like to point out you can say if mouse down, that also registers a tap on the screen. And if you test it out, you can see you have a perfectly functioning jumping feature for any of your Scratch projects. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you found it helpful, please subscribe, and I'm trying to reach 1,000 subs by the end of the year. Love you guys, bye.